like that one. That was pretty good.
I think the later it gets, the more you start liking it.
I just get... that's great. All right. Welcome, everybody, back to the live stream. We are broadcasting from the heart of Hollywood. This is Hollywood. This is actually New York. That's the Verizon. That's the Brooklyn Bridge.
The Los Feliz Bridge.
You can see this is an old picture. So it was the original World Trade Centers, and we had to cover it up because it would have been a downer.
That thing.
Legal issue. Was it a legal issue?
What happened?
It was a PR issue.
It was a PR issue. Oh, so they probably don't want me talking about it then. Okay, never mind. And so, by the way, the final tally on whether or not Timmy was a racist ended up being 51% said yes, 49% said no. So close.
So close.
So close. By a nose, they said he was racist.
I guess he's now canonically a racist.
So if people could update his Wikipedia accordingly. Known racist.
Oh, and he also eats his own cum.
If that can be the first sentence, that would be great.
All right. So we have a whole nother segment here of what we're trying to solve. So what we're doing on the show, I have a Comedy Central special that comes out tonight at midnight, which is just 20, how many hours till?
19 hours and 57 minutes.
How many hours?
19 hours and 57 minutes.
19 hours and 57 minutes away on the East Coast. I have a Comedy Central special called The Story of Our Times that comes out. I hope everybody will tune in and watch it. And until then, we're doing a 24-hour telethon here. And we're going to use our time to try to solve every single problem known to man. And so far, we have tackled... What did we tackle? We tackled the Middle East, in which we solved. We tackled the problem with the Star Wars universe, which we solved. We tackled the problem with the DC universe, which we solved. And we just solved racism, if you're just tuning in. So, Sam, what's on Reddit? What's going on? How's the AMA going? And also, if you want to ask questions, we have a number. Can we show the number? We have a number that you can call. It's 1-833-TREVOR-1. Call in. We'll answer your questions live on the air. And if you can't get through, please go to the Reddit AMA that we're doing and like it so that it goes up. But also comment on there or comment on Facebook. Do whatever. Sam, do we have any questions in the Reddit?
This isn't a question, or it is a question. Can Trevor do this happier with his mouth more open?
Oh. It's a reference to a sketch we did.
To a sketch.
That's how that's how I did that.
What is one quote from WKUK that you hear the most when people recognize you on the street? Question for any of you.
I think it's probably happier with your mouth open. I would say that.
I'm always saying, "Oh hell no."
Oh, okay.
She was my favorite whitest kid.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, Sasha the Fabulous.
That was the name
from
of the
season 4.
Yeah,
we had this great idea. There was a character in one season of Whitest Kids. We just wrote in a reoccurring character named Sasha the Fabulous, and she would show up in the end of sketches, and she'd just say like, "Oh hell no."
It was great, and it was a great button for everything.
It was a little cheating thing we learned.
Sex robot.
Yeah.
Sex vacuum.
Just have her come in.
I love them.
She was like, if there's a Whitest Kids verse, like if all our characters lived in the same universe, she's like the most powerful person in that, the most equipped, competent person.
She's married to your George Lucas.
Yeah.
I've always thought that all of it took place in one town.
Yeah.
Whitest Kids town. And that's where all the sketches took place.
Probably in Kansas.
Yeah. Evidently. All right, what are we... I'm seeing something that says technical difficulties. Are we having technical difficulties? Oh, okay. Facebook is lying. All right. Yeah, let's look into this next subject. Okay, so the next subject is... Hold on. Keep drum rolling. Here we go. Overpopulation. Okay,
I'm on it.
Yeah, that was great. Overpopulation. That is what the topic we're going to try to.
It's gonna be this is tougher than racism, to me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Population.
Let's learn a little bit about it. The Wikipedia quote says overpopulation is an undesirable condition where the number of existing human population exceeds the carrying capacity of Earth. Okay. And do we have clips or anything? Oh, we have some clips that are going to explain. We have clips that we only see 3 seconds of at a time. All right. Oh, we're getting some comments in Facebook. Someone says, just kill them all, which that always is.
From Buenos Aires?
No, this was not from. Yeah.
They should meet.
Somebody has, that's the solution to all these things. Someone says, solution cannibalism.
Okay.
Someone said, heading to Taco Bell, gonna do this right. I think that was just they're talking in the.
Well, now that racism's over, I would say, stop fucking China. That will solve a problem.
And now everybody is just saying, I'm from Buenos Aires, kill them all. So that's what's happening on Facebook. Okay. Also, someone says overpopulation equals a myth.
Okay.
It could be a myth. That's
seen
something to talk about. We should figure that out.
Yeah, maybe it is a myth.
It could be. I'll tell you what. I've flown across this great country several times, and in the middle of it, you look down. It's like nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So we could fill some people in there.
There's like a bunch of squares and circles.
Yeah, where is that? There's a part of the country that's all squares and circles.
Yeah,
and I've always thought that that's where they make all the food. I think it is. I think that's the farms for the whole rest of the country.
That's where they make the food. Huh.
Yeah, that's where they grow all of our food we eat every day. But I've always wondered, I'm trying to figure out, like, where is this? Like, whenever I go over the squares and circles, when you're flying across, you know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
Yeah,
no.
you're like, where is this? Is this Kansas?
I think it's Kansas. If you're from Kansas, call in, and we are going to have a busy signal for the rest of the night.
I would like, if you are from the area that when you fly, it's all squares and circles, which I believe is all the food being made for the rest of the country, for the cities.
Yeah, for the city.
Please call in. Okay, we're going to watch a clip. Okay, here's a clip about overpopulation.
That you shouldn't have children, or you want to limit the number of children you do have because of the earth and the pressure that they put on the earth.
Boy, TC.
All of our news sources are like are right-leaning.
They are the ones who are always arguing.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
That's what I watch.
Yeah,
It's more entertaining.
It is more entertaining.
Yeah.
Is Tucker Carlson right-leaning?
I think so.
Oh, no.
I think so.
I'm getting this wrong.
Well, it's not bad to be right-leaning. You can be right-leaning.
Yeah, you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in my book club.
I wonder if Tucker Carlson regrets the bow tie thing.
That he overcommitted to the bit.
I know, after a while, we were kind of like, I just want to have a regular tie, like everybody else, But he's known as that now. You know what? Honestly, I think he could switch. I don't think it would affect his career at all.
No one would care.
Yeah.
If anything, I think it would actually help the forgotten American appreciate him more.
Yeah, because they're not wearing bow ties.
They're not. They don't even.
Okay.
This is how
I'm being yelled at.
Well, no. This is actually this is the craziest thing
Are
ever.
we gonna get sued?
My brother was a cater waiter when he was 18, and he had to get a bow tie.
Okay.
And my mom didn't know where to get bow ties, so she went to Party City and got what a rabbit would wear. It was like purple. It was so fucking funny.
Hold on by elastic.
It was big. It was like Willy Wonka-esque, to be a cater waiter. She's a forgotten American.
That's great. Welcome to the soiree. Here's your waiter, Mr. Hoppity.
Would you like a stuffed mushroom? God.
I think we're going to the phone line. Is that what we're doing now? All right.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Where in Kansas are you from?
Funny enough, I'm from Overland Park.
In Kansas?
Sure. Actually, my friend had called and was on the
third
stream
person.
earlier. He was the one talking about we saw your shows in Kansas City and St. Louis, and
Oh,
we took the same picture with you.
Okay, so you know the other Kansas guy that called in.
Park number 2.
Overland Park
Yeah,
number
that's
2.
my best friend.
Oh, great. Okay, well, thank you for calling in. You guys are, because I see people complaining that they're not being able to get through on the phone line, but you guys are having a really easy time. You're-
Just slightly.
So, what can we do for you?
Well, I think I got a solution to this whole problem of overpopulation.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, kind of piggybacking off what your guest said, maybe everyone just needs to take a break and stop banging, honestly.
Right.
Or instead of just stop banging, get better at it. Because at the way things are looking, there's all this talk of, and memes of pull out game strong. But with how the population's looking, it looks like no one can even pull out of a driveway.
Right. Right, yeah. So you're saying that we should teach people to pull out better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or,
Are you a
condoms
teacher?
exist. I mean, is $5 really going to put a dent in your wallet?
Right, right. So, or just so you'd say just promote safe sex.
Yeah, you can wear
Exactly.
condoms.
Just learn to be a champ. Just, back it out in time.
Yeah, so raw dog and finish on a butt. Got it.
Exactly.
Or a stomach.
I could not agree with you more.
All right. I'm writing down raw dog and finish on a butt. Thank you very much for your call. Raw dog and finish on a butt. All right.
That's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So I was always under the impression that birth rates are going down anyway.
I mean,
That's what I've heard.
I've heard that too in the anti-millennial articles I read, is that they're not having sex, they're not having kids, our generation is ruining the world. But there is overpopulation.
Right, yeah. That seems
I
like
think it's a resource problem.
we need less people than
It's
today?
it's not so much the people, it's the amount of people, the ratio to resources to people.
Right.
Oh yeah,
think
because
we
we're
need
going to
more?
run out of stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should widen that area in the middle of the country where they make all the food with all the circles and squares.
Yeah, have they thought about planting some seeds?
Yeah.
More.
The
They do. They plant one seed
the
over again.
I love conspiracy theories. That's my favorite, thing to look at online. And most of the conspiracy theories are about the
Anti-Semitism?
Yes. No, but it's about a lot of them are. That's the problem with conspiracy theories. Because a conspiracy theory is fun.
It
I
is
love the
fun,
boards.
yeah.
But then you're like, oh, yeah, well, who did kill John Benet Ramsey? And then it's always Jews. And you're like, what?
Yeah,
How did that come?
It's how did Steven Spielberg end up in that?
Yeah. But a lot of the conspiracy theories always say that there's that's what the governments are doing. Is that they're all these when you see chemtrails and all this stuff, is that they're trying to figure out how to reduce the population for overpopulation. So it's trying to poison everyone. That's what a lot of them go to.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would buy that.
Yeah, Starbucks has signs that are you're going to get cancer if you come here.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they don't say it like that, but...
No, but in the state of California, there's signs on every building that says, there's something in this building that's known to cause cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're all being poisoned all the time. I'm drinking out of a plastic bottle. You're not supposed to do that.
Is that true?
Yeah, because this causes cancer.
Oh,
You're supposed.
God.
That's why people walk
I think
around.
you have to leave it in the sun for a little bit.
Oh,
And
really?
then it causes cancer.
That's the best way to drink water.
Wait, so my hot water every day is giving me cancer?
Someone on the Facebook says that is not chemtrails. So I was wrong.
Call in.
Yeah, call in. Call in because I thought that's what the chemtrails thing was. So call in and we'll talk. So I've got a stat here. Okay, so wait, say that again. All right, I have a stat that I'm being fed by the baby boomers generation.
Yeah.
Over 37 years,
Yeah.
population doubled from 2.5 billion to 5 billion in the baby.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So the baby boomers did it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
People coming back from the war.
Yeah.
They're super horny.
And in 100 years, they say the population will be at 11 billion. It's fucked up.
That is
Everything is
fucked up.
Yeah. Not living with me.
Yeah. So it's an issue. It's a real issue.
Real How much corn do we have left?
We have a poll. We have a poll on this one. Let's see. Our poll. What is our poll today? All right, we're going to do a poll. So everybody watching. Okay, this is a good poll.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think China had it right with the whole one-child policy? China, for a while, I think they still sort of do it, but they've loosened up on it.
Yeah.
You could only have one kid per couple.
Yeah.
And
if it was a girl, they'd throw it away.
Right.
that I don't think
That was the problem.
I don't think that was the policy.
That was the fine.
That was what people were doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have like propaganda posters up.
Right.
Remember to throw out your girls.
Right. So they did that one-child policy. Then they had to have a whole nother campaign. They're like, "That's not what we meant to do."
Guys, cut it out.
You mean I threw it away for no reason?
So far, 50-50. Do you think China had it right with the whole one-child policy? You know, there was a documentary that was on, I saw on YouTube or something, where it was they talked to the smartest guy, so the guy who, the smartest guy that they've ever done an IQ test for. And he works as
like
like a bartender.
Or like a door guy, right?
Yeah, he's a door guy, and they talk to him, but he has, like, when they tested his IQ, it's through the roof. It's past Einstein and all this stuff, and they'd ask him what he did for fun. And I always thought this was crazy. He said that he would just sit and try to think of as many different things as he could at the same time, and hold them all perfectly in his mind at the same time. That's what he did for fun, because his idea of what God was being able to think about everything on the planet at once. And so that's just that's a little bit about that guy.
Yeah.
And they asked him, like, if you were in charge of the world, you know, if you were a dictator, like, what would you do? And he's like, the first thing I would do is I would not castrate, but what's it called?
The procedure.
The snipping thing.
Yeah, what's that?
Vasectomy. That's what it is.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So he would give every male a vasectomy at birth.
Oh.
And so the documentary takes this crazy tone where all of a sudden he seems like a fun guy, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, no, that's bad.
This is like some weird
Yeah.
fucking like dictator like crazy guy.
His plan is to end the world.
Yeah, he said he would give everyone a vasectomy at birth, and then they would petition. Basically, if you want to have a kid, you have to come in and I don't know, write an essay like what I would do if I had a kid or something like that, and then the state would let you decide. But it sounds like a terrible idea.
That's probably why he's a doorman, is because when he goes into interview for scientist jobs, he says that. And they're like, oh, no.
Oh, you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here's an idea. We had the idea earlier about make every kid an orphan.
What?
Make every kid an orphan. All right?
Okay.
So everyone's like you just have babies, and then they go off and they're orphans and go into government-run orphanages. And when you want to raise a child, you have to you have to adopt. Like go through the process today.
So you don't get your kid, you get right.
a kid. But the idea of having like your genes is a foreign idea.
See, what I was thinking with that is at 5 years old, no one over 5 years old, everyone dies. And then, like, they just raise themselves in the wild.
Wait,
I
so
think
then
it's a better world. They don't know anything. They never learn anything. It's the Jungle Book.
So it's just a planet of children.
It's a planet of children. Jordy, come in here. I want to say something. Kid Planet.
Do you remember there was a show called Kid Nation?
Oh, wait, yes.
I loved it.
Love
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah,
was
there was
amazing.
this show. I forget what network did it. It was CBS. Oh, it was Viacom. But it was a show where they just took a bunch of kids and they took them to an old West town, and then they and there's no adults around, and you just saw if they could survive. And it ran for like a summer, and then it got shut down because like a kid drank bleach or something like that.
What?
No, I thought that's what it was.
I'm gonna look this up.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I do.
Always gotta
I do
throw it
remember
allegedly.
it getting shut down because a kid was a kid. He cut his finger off or something.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
he drank bleach.
But that could be a way to cure overpopulation.
We've got a caller.
Kids drink bleach.
We've got a caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, I was on Kid Farm.
Hi, yeah, do you know Kid Farm? Did you ever watch Kid,
the Kid Sheriff.
Nation?
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
Oh, cool.
Cool. Where are you calling
Turn down
from?
the TV a little bit.
Where are you calling from?
Pittsburgh.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
What time? So it's it's like 4:30 in the morning there, right?
Yeah.
Are you getting up to working on steel?
No. No. Hell no, man. There's no steel here anymore.
There's no steel there.
Just sandwiches with
No, not
coleslaw and
really.
French fries.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a security guard.
Oh, are you working right now?
No, I got off at midnight.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for watching. What do you think about overpopulation?
I think it's a crock, man.
You don't think it's real?
No. Dude, the entire world's population can fit into the size of Texas.
I
Less than
believe
5%
that.
of the world is developed.
But you're-
the
if
only
there- if-
reason there's a problem with overpopulation is because everybody's hanging out in the cities.
That's interesting. So you're saying if everybody was like side by side, like it would only fill the state of Texas, and you had the whole rest of the planet.
We could turn Texas into suburbia, man.
Right. Okay, so you're saying it's just that everybody's all kind of bunched together in these cities.
Right, everybody's on top of each other.
Well, that seems more doable than the whole everyone gets a vasectomy at birth, or
Yeah.
like Sam's
Right.
weird, everybody doesn't get to raise their kids anymore, or like.
So wait, you're proposing that we all stand side by side in Texas?
No, not all stand side by side. We'd all have a two-story house with a basement and backyard.
But we don't have to move to Texas. That's not the point. The
Well, no,
point
we don't have to move to Texas, Tornado Alley, and all that. No, but
Right.
I'm saying if you took the size of Texas, turn it into one big square, the entire world's population would fit.
So I would say that an easier way to do this is just say that have there be like a limit, like you can only have X amount of people in living in X amount of miles. So instead of the whole city thing, everything kind of becomes like a more spread out suburb,
Yeah,
Right.
right?
that's smart. I
Right.
think once a year, everyone on Earth should go to Texas. And if we can't all fit, then we know we have a problem.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I mean, hey, man,
All right.
Willie Nelson used to throw a 4th of July party every year. You can do it.
What, throw a 4th of July party?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I'm lost. I'm sorry. What?
So Willie Nelson used to throw this big 4th
Oh,
of
yes,
July
Willie
party
Nelson.
every year down in Texas.
That's right. He did. That. Yeah, we could throw a big party one.
You
We
can
might as well
do
do it
that.
on the 4th of July.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure the Chinese
Big
would
old
love that.
barbecue, whole world.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like that. Thank you very much for your call. Thank you. Thank you for calling. What was your name?
Doug.
Doug?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for calling, Doug. We'll discuss that now. I think that's a good, I think we got a good lead here. I like that.
If we're all
That seems
gonna live in,
humane.
but if we're gonna do that, how are we all gonna become actors?
Yeah, that's a great point.
How are we going to
How are we
become?
all gonna become
If we're
successful
living
actors?
in the suburbs of Texas.
No, we could all live in the suburb. I don't know. Like,
What about Burning Man? Just move it to there, because
Oh, get out of
you
here!
guys are missing the point. You guys are not getting
go
Doug's
back
point.
to the
I
desert,
just don't know
hippie.
if 6 million people could have houses in Texas. It's just not making sense mathematically.
6 billion.
6 billion.
6 billion people.
Yeah, I mean billion. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know if 6 million.
Okay, hold on. Before we do that, can somebody crunch the numbers on this? Because I like Doug's idea. Because our only other solution so far is raw dog and finish on a butt. I think Doug is onto something. But what I want us to do, Brandon, could you do this? Can you figure out the square mileage of Texas?
268,597.
And then divide this into 6 billion. And then let's figure out how much, 7 billion, it just went up. And tell us how many people per square foot and see if this would work. And we have a poll. Let's check the poll again. Do you think China had it right with the whole one-child policy? 33% yes. 67% say no. If you want to vote, you just type in yes or no onto the comments here. Someone wrote, or an IQ test in order to reproduce. Thank God I'm done having kids, otherwise I probably wouldn't make the cut. Oh, well, that person has a little self-esteem issue.
Yeah. No, you're great.
You're great. I think you're really smart.
Have another.
Trevor,
What'd you say?
the results of that?
Yes, let's say the results. Okay, so this is we've taken the square mileage of Texas and we've divided it by 7 billion, the amount of people that are on the planet.
Each person would get 1,000 square feet. That's like a sweet.
Each person would get 1,000 square feet.
No, that's square miles that I gave you.
Yeah, it says 1,000 square
Yeah,
feet.
with everyone
Right.
in the world.
Yeah.
So that means everybody would get 1,000 square feet. My producer's
Yeah.
saying that's not right. He's like, check the math.
Somebody's already done this. I'm reading it off a website.
He's reading it off the website.
This is about 262,000 square miles. Dividing this figure by the current human population of 7 billion leaves each person with about 1,000 square feet.
I buy that. I think that is true because 1,000 square feet is not a lot. You know, that's like a very small apartment, and we're talking about that means like just apartment by apartment by apartment by apartment by apartment for the entire the state.
Yeah, you stack that up. We could have stadiums. Like, you make these apartment buildings. We could have stadiums.
Oh well, that's a good
freeways.
point. That's a very
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah, we
We're not
can
even
stack 'em
talking
up.
vertically.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but we
So
need,
okay, so if we did at least everything is everything's a duplex. You know, everything's 2 floors. Then that means everybody gets 2,000 square feet. We go okay. Let's do it 5.
But
Five. Everything's 5
we
stories.
need
Everybody gets
roads.
5,000 square
We need
feet.
roads.
I'm not moving to Texas.
It's not about Texas.
Oh,
We-
this
we-
guy's right. Doug's great.
Yeah, Doug, I think.
And with these new huge apartment buildings, we could still raw dog and finish on butt.
Yeah.
I think we just wrote Ready Player One.
The stacks, and we all plug in.
So this is a good question, though. What happens?
Elf.
What happens to the rest of the planet if we're all living in Texas? But that's not the point. The point is that I think. Okay, so the point is that we should just get rid of cities.
Yeah, but essentially what we're doing is turning Texas into one giant city.
Yeah.
A hellscape.
It's not that like we're overcrowded. It's not like we're talking about bumping into people on the street. It's like that we use up like water way faster.
But not.
Okay, you're right. So, Stephen, you got to talk louder. I think we're talking. But Stephen brings up a point that, unfortunately, I think we're a half hour in here, and I think we've been chasing the wrong problem.
Yeah. It's
Which is the
resources.
problem isn't that we're too crowded. The problem is that we don't have enough water or food for everybody.
We literally use water at a rate 10 times faster than it can be replenished, according to my research.
According to your research,
On
okay.
overpopulation.com.
So we use water 10 times faster than it can be replenished. Replenished.
So like,
But how is that true? Because of the ocean.
you can't drink the ocean.
Yeah.
No,
So
but-
what if
but
that's it? Desalination plants.
Yeah, there's desalination plants.
Yeah, but then like all that salt has to go somewhere and all that marine
Oh,
life.
put them in a Morton salt box. Oh, problem solved, and my stocks go up.
I forgot you're a big Morton stockholder.
I bought big on salt.
I think there's something to this. If we make desalination plants on all the coasts, But I do think that it's expensive. I think that the operation of doing a desalination.
It is very expensive. But you know who needs salt? My mother's mashed potatoes. Guys, it's 1 a.m.
We drink water, we drink Coca-Cola, which will also thin the population.
Right.
And we're saving water.
No, but Coca-Cola is water.
Yeah,
it's a
mostly
huge
water.
part of it. Coca-Cola is made of water. My producer was just saying you could talk about euthanasia. Ooh.
Wow.
That's touchy.
Seems like that's more like a 3 a.m. thing.
No,
I mean,
not
but that
as part of the
is truly the
solution to
problem.
overpopulation.
The euthanasia.
Yeah. I'm against. There's a lot of things that we talk. This is an interesting topic because everything that gets thrown out often goes to something that's like a dystopian sort of like where it's like euthanize or like vasectomies or big giant mega cities.
Yeah, I'm worried about. I mean, one thing that's truly worrying to me in real life, like because
This is real life.
This is real life, I guess. Yeah,
Ish.
but is like people are really actively trying to extend the life of people,
Right.
and that's going to be a mistake, I think.
Yeah.
I want to
Also,
live forever.
People are going into huge amount of debt to extend life by only like 3 or 4 months. Is this what happened here? Oh, we got a pizza.
Oh, you acted like it was a mistake.
Cool. I got a pizza. Oh, you know what? I got a segue. We're going to show a video. Because I have a pizza. We're going to show a 3-minute video. We were just talking about old people, which is why I think they're bringing up euthanasia. We're going to show an old whitest kid video called Old Folks Home. It's going to be about 3 minutes. Then we're going to be right back here. And we have 28 minutes to solve this issue. I think it's just getting good. We're bringing up a lot of different things. So to take some more calls, call in now. Put your questions on Reddit. Check out this video, and we'll be right back. I was playing Xbox with a couple of friends when my mom called and said Grandma's dying again. I told her that sucks, and to say I said hi, Mom yelled at me and told me that I had to drop by. Though off to the nursing home we drove in my car, there were sleeping dudes in wheelchairs all over the yard, and inside the halls were scary and creepily lit. It smelled like someone took a dump and then rotisseried it. Then I found Granny's room and I went inside. Good to see you, she said. You too, I lied. Then she started talking about the stuff she ate this week. I stuck my friends with her and went to take a leak. Peed all I could pee till I could pee no more. So bored, I opened up one of her cabinet drawers. Oh my God, I shouted as I burst back in. Gram's got a prescription of OxyContin. Let's go to the old folks home. We can get doped up and then all get stoned. Let's go to the old folks home. I'd have been there more if only I'd known. Let's go to the old folks home. We can get doped up and then all get stoned. Let's go to the old folks home. I'd have been here more if only I'd known. Old man Bernie likes to talk about the Korean War, and if he used all of his Percodan, he just gets more. And Miss Edna doesn't care for the blacks a lot, but she's got glaucoma, so she gets good pot. Gladys here only has diabetes, so the best you're gonna find is Tylenol 3s. But Carl is my man, he's got like AIDS in his brain, and I swear to God the dude can even get cocaine. So we rip a couple lines, put on some records, bitch about kids and talk about the weather. Steve grabs his pants, we all leave the room. We pass out, take naps, some nurses bring food. Day after day as time goes on by, some people don't make it, we get sad and cry. But new people move in and we all make friends with new stories, points of view and prescription. I guess the point is that the elderly are people too, and you never know how long they're gonna be with you. But they're sweet and they're lonely and they still need friends. So be a good kid and go and visit them. Let's go to the old folks home. We can get doped up and then all get stoned. Let's go to the old folks home. I'd have been there more if only I'd known. Let's go to the old folks home. We can get doped up and then all get stoned. Let's go to the old folks home. I'd have been here more if only I'd known. Hey, welcome back to the show. How's everybody doing? Thank you for watching us. That was an old song, sketch song that I did on the Whitest Kids. Yeah, I was given a pizza. Would anybody like a pizza?
Yeah, we could eat pizza
Yeah,
and
you
talk
can
about
have-
overpopulation.
Yeah. So if you're tuning in, we're trying to solve overpopulation. Every hour, we're trying to solve a different problem with the world, and this hour is overpopulation. We have a caller about this. Let's listen to the caller. Caller. I'm gonna leave this here.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hi. Good. Hi.
What's your name?
Oh my God, it's awesome to talk to you.
Awesome to talk to you. What's your name? Where are you from?
Bridget from Seattle.
Bridget from Seattle. Thanks for watching. Happy 420.
Happy 420.
How long have you been watching the show?
I watched for an hour when it came on, but I was hanging out with my girlfriend and I didn't want to ignore her, and then I came home and turned it on again at midnight, and I've been watching ever since.
Oh, great. All right. Is it doing all right? Is it entertaining?
Yeah, for sure. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, good. And I think we're doing some good here. That's good. Let's get some feedback.
Got 440 people watching.
440 people watching.
I don't know if you remember me, but I did meet you once, and you signed my leg.
Oh, really?
And I got it as a tattoo.
Oh, my God. Now, did you ask me to sign your leg?
Yeah.
Oh, good. And you got it as
Everybody did. I saw the whole Whitest Kids crew live.
Yeah.
And you all signed my leg.
And you tattooed it in?
I was a different gender back then, though.
Oh, really? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, I remember you.
Yeah.
I remember signing, and then I think you were like, you didn't tell us you were going to turn it into a tattoo first. You said, sign my leg, and we signed it, and then you said, I'm going to go turn this into a tattoo, and I was like, oh my God, don't do that.
Yeah. And no, you signed it before I said it, but then after I said it, Sam was an asshole and signed right across my fucking shin bone.
Oh, so did you do that? Did you?
Classic Sam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got the tattoo on the shin bone. Now, do you regret getting that tattoo?
No.
Great. That's all you can ask. Awesome. That's well. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, no, thank you for signing. It was cool. It was cool to meet you guys.
That's great.
But on the subject of overpopulation, I actually have a thing for this.
Oh, good.
And I've researched a bunch.
Really?
Are you familiar with the Mouse Utopia experiment?
The Mouse Utopia experiment. I am not.
So in the 1960s, basically a behavioral scientist built what he termed the Mouse Utopia, which was a closed system, like a giant box, out in on this farmland, and he built it with hundreds of mice, and it had all of the food and all of the resources they needed, but they couldn't leave.
Okay.
And just let the population naturally expand as it would because they're mice. So when they have all the food they need, all they do is have sex and make more mice.
Mm-hmm.
And so they quickly hit an oversaturation limit. And what the term that he coined was behavioral sink. So when they hit a certain point of overpopulation, the behavioral sinks set in, and they start acting outside of the norm for mice. Their social order completely broke down.
In what ways?
Breaking traditional gender roles of mice, and weird alpha males emerged, and these weird really submissive mice emerged, and they all formed hierarchies and kept space away from each other. And I think it resembles a lot of what's happening socially in cities, like what somebody said earlier about the problem isn't overpopulation on the global scale; it's overpopulation on the urban scale.
Really? Okay. So in this experiment, and I guess people who are listening could Google this. Is the Mouse Utopia experiment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me make sure I have this right. So they did a test with a bunch of mice, and they gave them everything that they needed, and they found that when all of these mice's needs were met, and their I guess wants were tranquilized or whatever, the mice started showing abnormal behavior from how they were.
The population hit a certain point that they were all like stacked on top of each other, and there wasn't any more space.
Oh, so it's not that their needs were fed; it was that they were all on top of each other.
Yeah, so it was showing that when they're in a position, even when all of their needs are met, if they're facing an overcrowding issues, like too many mice per square inch,
yes,
then the social order breaks down and those behavioral things set in.
Oh, okay. And so and the social the social things that they were doing in the experiment, you think mirror what is happening in to our social order in on the planet now?
Yeah, I think that it shows I'm not anti-LGBT at all. I'm trans, like I already said.
Right.
But I do think that it explains the rise in non-binary and trans people in recent years, and the rise in the LGBT community generally, as well as rise in acceptance of that, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think I think it's an unavoidable thing with urbanization.
It's not a moral thing you're saying. You're just saying.
But I think it explains it.
Huh. That's interesting. Okay, so that goes.
and it also explains the overreaction from some factions, like the hard right folks that want to get violent about it.
Right. That's interesting.
Because I think that's the thing that we need to realize is that we're falling victim to these behavioral things, and we need to rise above it and be above our base instincts and think about shit logically.
But how does this solve overpopulation?
No, but I think what we're talking about is that this could be another cause.
Oh.
This is
so we need to spread out more. We need to make sure that people aren't stacked on top of each other as much.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we need to make sure that one of the big problems, the reasons that the behavioral things set in, is when the hyper-aggressive males started, they gathered resources and hoarded them, and then were able to control the distribution of resources.
Right.
So it was mouse capitalism, basically.
Right. Okay.
So basically you have to have systems in place to stop people from hoarding resources and make sure that resources are actually distributed evenly, and then make sure that people aren't stacked on top of each other, because that just causes undue stress.
Okay.
But actual overpopulation on a global scale, like the one caller said earlier, isn't actually a thing, because everyone on Earth can fit roughly in the size of Texas.
Okay. Well, great. Thank you very much for your call. That's a lot of interesting stuff that we're going to discuss now. Thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for coming to the shows and for getting the tattoo on your leg. Thank you so much.
Yes. Sorry about the shin bone.
Yes. Sorry, Sam wrote on your shin bone. Okay, we have some comments here. Let's see. We have comments we're going to see on the screen. Here we go. All right, let's see. We got comments coming up on the screen now. Jordan Garneau says, this 24-hour Facebook Live thing is the best thing to happen to 420 ever. Well, that's very nice. Thank you, Jordan Garneau. We're trying. We're solving things one thing at a time.
It is much better than Columbine.
Wait, was that 420 or 419?
It was on 420, right? I think it was on 420.
There was a lot of stuff that, because there's also the Oklahoma City bombing and Waco and.
Yeah, because Waco's April 23rd.
I know. I think they're all 19th or 20th. I don't know. What's this a theme for? That's great. All right, let's, okay, we have another comment. Nathaniel Alexander Mers, oh my God, Foss the Third, says bow ties will solve overpopulation. That is, I think a comment from, I'm getting a little tired, because
Yeah.
that's a comment. It's a callback to something that we
It's
said
a
earlier.
callback to Tucker Carlson.
Ah, yes, that's right.
And
that's what it
I think
was.
what he's trying to say is, if you be wearing bow ties, you ain't fucking.
Right.
Yeah. Am I allowed to curse this much?
Facebook comment.
Yeah, let's hear some Facebook comments.
Someone named Reg says, "How about everyone worries about themselves and populate these nuts?"
So okay, that's a good. It's a good comment.
So wait, how big are these nuts? Are they as big as Texas?
Yeah, can we put those stacks in those?
Yeah, here's another. Yeah, populate these nuts. This guy, people need to relax on 420. Someone just yelled Sam with a bunch of exclamation points. Okay. All right. So that was, so I guess what we're talking about now is the same thing. It's cities.
Yeah, it seems like cities are now a problem that I didn't realize existed.
Yeah. I like cities.
I do too.
I like I like having a lot of stuff close by me.
Me too. I like being able to go out at like whatever time and get something to eat.
Yeah.
I like Postmates. That's only available in cities.
But it's also in the suburbs, isn't it?
Not yet.
No. Okay.
Uber is.
Right.
I feel like
There's one thing about the. There's one thing that somebody should research because I think there's a whole opposite thinking that cities are the only. It's the greenest way to make for it to work. It's the most sustainable way. It creates less resource consumption because you're not having to transport stuff all over the place. You're concentrating all your resources in one place, your sanitation, your water, everything. So I think there might be an opposite way to look at that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So,
transported to the city.
but now we're back to just like that resources. So which brings me back. I gotta say, I think there's something to this desalination. This water, like the desalination, could fix everything.
I do believe that. I mean, why wouldn't we spend a little extra money to have water for
Right.
a while?
And it's because they're always like California, with the state where we live. They're always like, "There's a drought. There's a drought." But California, like the whole thing's a beach.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much ocean, and if they just made desalination plants up the whole thing, then you have water.
Like, how many desalination plants do you actually need for the world to
Like
have
5.
water forever? Yeah, like 5, right?
You know what we need is, do you remember Waterworld?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Kevin Costner drinks his pee?
All right. We have a quick comment. Hardly a Human, that's not a real name, says, promote spacism to fund space travel in search of other planets to overtake. Oh, okay. So, that might... Okay, see, here's my problem with that. That is going to run directly in opposition to our solve for racism. Because if we start putting people on different planets and we're also using spacism to fix racism, then people are going to start hating those people on the other planet.
Exactly. It's basically, if you're hungry and horny, you don't fuck a pizza. Right? Does that make sense?
No.
It tracked in my head. I was like, whoa, this is way A to B.
Trevor, you might have to put a pin in one of these. Take one and put a pin in the other.
You're saying maybe get rid of our racism solution? Oh, then we're going backwards?
We're going
That
backwards.
is just, I don't know.
Spacism works.
Spacism works. That is our best solution so far.
I don't think the solution to overpopulation is moving to different planets.
Yes. So far, okay, we've got 10 minutes to solve this, and so far our best thing is raw dog and finish on a butt. So we have to top this in 10 minutes. We have one more caller.
Maybe we're just second guessing ourselves, though.
Maybe this is it.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, maybe this is it. I don't know. We have another caller. Let's talk to another caller.
And horny, you don't fuck a pizza.
You gotta turn your computer down.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Hey, how are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Michael. I'm calling from California.
Okay. How are you? Are you having a good 420?
I'm having an awesome 420. Yeah, this is a pretty good thing to be doing right now. So
You
it's pretty
token up,
great.
brah? Never mind. I'm a narc.
So, what do you think? Overpopulation?
Overpopulation?
Yeah, do you have a
I think
thought of that?
There's a really simple solution to it.
Okay.
I think we just need to, like, Planet of the Apes to it and, like, just go into the Earth.
Oh.
If not that, then we just need to, like, see what babies are the strongest.
Like baby fights?
Like baby fights right at conception.
So we go into the Earth and make babies fight.
No, so you're saying these are
Well,
two.
they don't have to be in conjunction with each other.
Yeah, these are two they're separate.
Okay.
So we either bore into the earth and like set up societies down there, like a city down there to deal with overpopulation, or we have
Either
babies
that or
fight and only the
babies have to
strong
start
survive.
fighting, yeah.
So we make like a baby Thunderdome.
Right, exactly. It doesn't have to only be fighting. We can, like, mix it up.
Yeah.
Like race to the death?
Well, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
as just a fan of entertainment, I like the second answer.
It sounds safer than moving underground.
Well, also, I don't think moving underground solves the problem. We keep going back in circles with this because the problem is not, or I don't think we keep coming back to that. The problem is not that we're all too crowded together, although there are problems with that. But then also, if we moved far apart, then it's further taxing on energy to get food and resources to everybody. So we're not convinced that the problem is actually cities and people living on top of each other. It's actually resources, it's water, it's food. And the baby fight actually would solve that more than the moving to the center of the earth would. Thank you for the call, though. Thank you for the call. That's very interesting. Now we have another.
How do you make babies fight?
How do you make babies fight?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even really have to fight. You could.
You don't feed them for a while. You kind of smack them around a little.
You could just like tape a knife to one. And, like,
Yeah, I think that's what you do. Is you put gloves on them and you have knives on their hands and feet.
Yeah.
And you put them in like a little playpen.
One rattle.
Yeah, and it's in the middle.
Yeah.
Like something like it could even be someone snapping.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna run to that.
Well, it's pretty much battle royale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could do battle royale.
So there was a movie that I saw along those lines, and it was about it was an overpopulated world at the time, and in order to thin out the population, they had everyone who was in high school take a test, and then they killed off the dumbest 1%.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's an option.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Seems like a boring movie.
This is Brandon Cohen, who's one of our writers, by the way. Brandon Cohen.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Sitting in the Sam seat, Sam sitting in the Timmy seat.
Moving on up.
Everything's getting real loose here.
And Brandon just pitched killing dumb people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stand behind.
Yeah, there's a lot of really dark dystopian things that have been coming up in the past, like in this topic. It's there's IQ tests.
Yeah.
And I guess there's always killing the dumbest 1%.
I also liked his idea of Willie Nelson's 4th of July party and just killing everyone who goes back.
Don't make that Burning Man.
Oh no, it's a trap.
I'm going to write that down. Killing Willie Nelson's 4th of July party.
What about the idea of seeing if we can evolve a little quicker to actually drink the water that's in the ocean? So we evolve, we adapt to our environment, which is what we've done, forever.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like growing gills, except we adapt.
But we have no control about that.
Yeah, like a lot of people would die drinking because you will drown, right? Every time I've tried to
That would help.
drink water.
drink any water, I've almost drowned.
The only ones that would survive would be the ones that would then populate the world to.
Okay, so hold on. I just want to say real quick what we've got so far, because we're running out of time here. We've got like 3 minutes to 4 minutes. We have basically some sort of baby fight club. We have killing everyone who goes to Willie Nelson's 4th of July party. And raw dog and finish on a butt. And I'm gonna say desalination. I'm writing desalination plants down. If we put a lot of our money and resources into desalination, I think that would fix a lot of stuff.
We haven't talked about the purge.
The purge?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. We got one more call. Okay. One more caller. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Colorado.
Brian from Colorado. Thank you for calling in. How are you doing? How's your 420 going?
Pretty good.
Yeah. What
Enjoying the happy 420 day.
Oh, awesome. How do you? What do you think? Overpopulation. Do you have a quick fix?
I do. So quickly, I think like we should just get rid of all the warning labels, all these like Tide Pod challenges. I'm all for it. You know, straight up, if like kids keep doing stuff like this, population is gonna decrease. Darwinism, man.
All right, get rid of all the warning labels.
Yeah, if you're stupid enough to do it.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
You put Jackass back on the air, get rid of that first card.
Might be the best. Thank you very much.
People do it. If they're dumb enough to do it, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Virginia.
I gotta say, it's always like in the last couple minutes, some shining knight comes in with some sort of intelligence and solves it. Thank you so much for your call. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you.
Keep watching.
Y'all do the same. Big fans. Have a good one.
Okay, so here we go. We have a bunch of answers for this. I think we got some winners. We got like 1 minute here. I'm going to do it by round of applause in the room. Everybody, like crew, everyone. All right. Desalination. That was mine. All right. Killing everyone who shows up at Willie Nelson's 4th of July party. Nobody? Baby Fight Club. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. We got 3 or 4 people applying for that. And our last two, which is get rid of all the warning labels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Or raw dog and finish on a butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Raw dog and finish.
All right. That's our solution. I don't know that we really solved this one. I think. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you for having me. I had a great time.
I'm going to put this up on the board.
See you, buddy.
I feel weird about this. I think this is a joke, but all right, we're gonna see. We're gonna be back in 10 seconds with another topic. So stay around. 10 seconds. Yeah, we can just pile them up.